That goes against everything we've learned from playing this.
So, like, what do we even go from here? Like, obviously, we just keep buying, like...
And because we maxed it out.
We did.
Like,
that was a fucking amazing property.
At its sale price, it was like $890 or something, I think. So if it's not even worth $800,000 to people before it's maxed out, how the fuck were we ever supposed to make any money on that?
Okay, just because we can't afford them, clearly we're missing something. I think we need the higher office
to get the right clientele to buy that.
Right.
Admittedly, only,
so I would just
only
buy
a
up
very
all the
few
cheapos.
people were coming in. Because, like, if we bought this house down here, not that we have enough, we can't buy it because we won't have enough money to then furnish it. But, like, if we bought this house, we'd probably be good because it's already $1 million property. Mm-hmm. And people who wanted, like, I want a $1.2 million property in the suburbs, this is the property
I
we're
got
looking
you.
for. But I would have thought that this, at like roughly $1 million, that should have been fine. But I guess we stick to these like $300,000 to $500,000 properties.
We'll buy up a bunch of these, and then that will make up the difference. Now that we're in the million range, we're still going up. What was the level 3 office at?
It cost us $1 million.
Just a million.
Yeah.
Flat.
So we're gonna want
at least two more sales of the regular ones under our belt.
I'm thinking we need at least like $2 million before we buy that office. Because if we don't, it doesn't do us any good. Because we can't afford any of the properties that we would want to buy to try and sell out of it anyway.
Right. Also, welcome back to On the Fifth Gaming. I figure we should do this strategizing on air.
That's fair.
So yeah, I guess we
try to grab these two real quick.
Yeah, we'll just keep buying the not cheapos, but like
the expensive houses that aren't $800,000 where we'll lose our ass on them. I mean, we did technically make a tiny profit.
Right. We did make something, literally 1%.
No
but
thanks.
That ain't gonna cut it if we're gonna get to the city.
Right.
Perfect fit for me.
Hell yeah. Oops.
Yeah, we're on the hunt for $2 million. We'll buy the office and we'll start shop. We'll at least start seeing if we can offload the $1 million house here.
For sure.
And then as soon...
because with more higher dollar clientele, we should be able to more easily make a sale on a property like that one that we just had.
Because we cannot go to the city until we know how to sell $1 million house.
Oh, for sure. We don't.
If we can't sell $1 million house, we cannot sell a $6 million apartment in the city.
Right. No, for sure. There we go.
Boom. I was worried it was going to be like a lamp situation. Just wouldn't let you put it down.
On... I'm stuck on
banister.
Post. Okay.
Oh, okay. God, they're going to have so many places to sleep in here.
Hell yeah. That's what the people want these days.
We just put a flyer on the door. Only sleepyheads need apply.
Oh, hell yeah.
Only sleepy little guys.
Nice. We hide in here.
Hell yeah.
Kill them, get the property back, sell it again. A couple of couches. Nailed it.
They can even sleep on the couch, bro.
True.
They're going to be able to sleep wherever the fuck they want. Your controls giving out on you there?
Just a little bit. Alright, now we go upgrade this other one real quick.
Make all that back and more.
Hell yeah. This is going to be too fucking easy, bro. We had a minor setback. Happens to everybody sometime.
We all have an off day in real estate. This is part of the game.
Couch?
Couch?
How would you like a couch?
Hell yeah.
And we need 200 more, which I think is what the EEs are worth.
Yeah, probably. Something like that.
Oh, they're worth 100. Okay, that's fine. Come
Whatever.
back, game.
Did it freeze? Oh, no. Oh, we're good.
Oh, we're good. All right, everything.
Oh, game.
We're putting too much cool stuff down, bro.
It's like
it can't handle it all.
Overloading! Well, while we're looking at that, how about another conversation topic?
Whoa! What you got for me, bro?
Here's a good one to just make us happy. What's a really small action that makes you really happy every time you see it? Just something that just kind of scratches that itch in your brain and you're just like, fuck yeah, every time you see it.
Murder.
Bro, see? Did I mention I'm a white girl?
No, I don't know. Probably, like, most things with people interacting with, like, their children, as long as it's not because their children are fucking screaming like they're being murdered.
That's fair. But just people being good parents, making memories with the little ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. That's wholesome, bro.
Thanks, bro. Ooh, that one's not pricey enough. We're not overcharging people enough money. There we go.
Mine is less emotionally significant. It's that thing. It's that thing that like brass players will do with their feet. That funny little shuffle they do when they're just fucking up a sax solo. You know,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You, like, everyone just look up. I don't even know what to look up. It's just a specific thing. But there's a thing like when you look up a brass band. They'll just do this fucking thing. They'll do this little fucking shuffle with their feet while they go back and forth while they're just annihilating a sax solo, and it makes me smile every time I see it. I'll see if I can find one and show it to you.
Nobody has a $100,000 house anymore. We got real properties to sell here.
Yes, I'm open to considering this option.
They're open to considering their option, bro.
Bro, I bet they're gonna do it this time.
So I noticed there's lots of beds and couches in here. Is there anything upstairs? No? Great, I'll take it. I didn't want to have to decorate 2 floors, but 1 floor I did want to have to decorate.
Now that is within my wheelhouse. I think I liked a video on Instagram recently where some ladies were doing that little foot shuffle.
440.
I'll have to say no.
God damn it! When did everybody come to fucking hardballer?
Say no.
Yeah, I don't know. The real estate market has changed, man.
There we go. 400. That's still fine. 23% profit. Not what I was hoping for, but it's acceptable. Now we wait for more customers to start pouring in to spend 800 grand. I am worried that this 800 grand...
This option is too cheap for me.
Yeah. Might inadvertently end up in exactly that same spot. Well, actually, that person says I wanted something more expensive.
Okay, I found it. It's this move. that stupid little leg feet shuffle. I fucking love it. God, it's so good. It makes me smile every time I see anyone do this. I don't know why it's only brass players, but every time I see like a live brass performance, everyone is just fucking doing that, and it's my favorite goddamn thing. I wish I could like tell the audience what to look up. But I don't know, it's so good.
I don't know. You could always put a link to it in the description.
That's true. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to look in the description. If you have an Instagram account, there will be a link to a girl brass band covering the theme song from Stone Ocean. And they just do a little fucking stupid little foot shuffle, and I love it. It makes me happy. That was probably not a great one for the episode, just because it was just like, bro, this stupid little foot shuffle that brass players will do.
Here we go. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Okay. We gotta go.
Thank God, because they will walk away in the middle of offering to buy the house from us if that fucking guy starts going off with his stupid fucking bullshit.
Not even music. Not like sax music. I can't do a stupid little foot shuffle to that.
Nah. Where'd my mouse go?
Come on, Mousy.
Where are you? Oh, there it is. Come on, work for me, bro.
Thanks, but I'll decline.
They didn't want to sell for that. Or buy, whatever.
I'll have to say no.
You're killing us.
Exactly what I was looking for.
There we go.
All right.
That's still pretty decent. 20%. I guess the days of getting 60 to 80% profits are they're behind us, bro. We're just going to have to accept that, I guess.
Hell yeah. And you'll have to accept this other fucking conversation question.
Yeah.
And this one, I actually have a story for my answer about it, but I'm curious if you have one. Have you ever just kind of done something half-assed only to find out later that it was apparently super important? How did it go?
Yeah, probably tons of stuff. Let's hear your story while I try to think of one.
So I was hanging out one time. So I have this reputation. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. I had this reputation amongst a lot of my friends. I was like the therapist friend, and I just always had good advice, and I could help anybody through any kind of problem. Not true at all. I'm a fucking idiot. Do not ever take my advice on anything. Well, I was just hanging out, and a friend had messaged me, and, like, they're being pretty vague, but they're asking me, like, bro, we have to buy the house first.
I know. I was checking to see if we had any, any stuff.
And, like, they're asking me
Hell yeah.
They're asking me about a friend of theirs who I guess was going through a hard time. And they're like, what do I tell them? How do I help them? These are the issues they're going through. And I'm like, well, I mean, you can tell them this. You can be like, do this. Like, just very generic advice. Like, to tell them that they can always talk to you, that you'll be there to support them, and, your friends, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, thanks, you're a lifesaver. And I'm like, yeah, no problem, whatever. I didn't give them any, like, crazy words of wisdom. It was just, like, everything that I've been told my whole life. Like, the shit you can watch fucking Blue's Clues and they'll tell you.
Right.
And I asked them, like, a week later, like, oh, hey, by the way, how's your friend doing? How was all that stuff? And they're like, oh, it's great. We really talked her off the ledge. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, she ran away from home with a gun.
Jesus Christ.
And she was going to kill herself that night. And I'm like, huh?
It's like, man, if I had a little more context, I'd have worried a little more about that before I just started giving you generic BS advice.
So, like, it worked out, but it was just like, that was definitely something where if I had known what they were asking advice for, I would have been like, hey, so I'm super unqualified to weigh in on this at all.
No, for sure.
But yeah, that's my story of sometime I has to ask something and found out later that it was apparently super important.
Oops. Hey, it all worked out. That's the important thing.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I saved that girl's life, because I really don't feel like I did.
Oh, for sure not. Like, that was the most, like, obvious possible advice that could exist.
Right.
So if they hadn't thought of that, like,
literally all it was like is, like, tell them that they're not alone, you're there to support them, and they have people who love them. And, like, apparently that was all they needed to come down from the ledge and return home and, most importantly, not blow their brains out.
Right. Hey, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
As long as it works out, it doesn't matter what they needed. Downstairs!
A basement, you say?
Can we? No.
Looks flooded.
Man, this is, garbage.
Yeah. It's gonna be some work to turn that into a private home theater that we can sell this out for like $2 billion.
Bro, I'm so in. $2 billion? That's enough that we could retire. Or buy more houses.
Whatever helps us make more episodes of On the Shelf Gaming. But do you have an answer? I guess that's a pretty specific, like, phenomenon.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure that's one of those things. It's like, I'm sure it has happened. Because, like, let's be real. There's always instances where you don't know the context of something, and so you're like, oh, this doesn't need, like, my actual attention.
Right. This does not need the full effort.
Right. And then later on, you're like, oh, probably could have stood to have a little bit more put in on it. Because, like, there's numerous work instances of stuff where it's like, oh, yeah, probably could have worked a little harder on that, knowing that it's not just, like, some stupid bullcrap that they wanted, like, high-level bosses are concerned about whatever this particular stupid thing is.
Right.
But, I don't know, it just didn't really... We're not even going to have, like, all the floors or all the walls done.
And we'll be done.
It's already going to be maxed out.
There's just so many fucking floors and walls in here. Which, I mean, is good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining about that, necessarily. Let's go sell this property.
Because I really don't feel like this game is smart enough to, like, have it so, like, the stuff you put in here to raise its rank matters.
It certainly doesn't seem like it. Of course, maybe it does, because that's one of the reasons I went in my way to go get, like, wallpaper and flooring and stuff. because we were just slapping some stuff in them, and magically now they're like, oh, it's worth like 3% more than when you bought it.
Right.
Versus before, when it was like, oh yeah, here's an extra 40% or whatever. So I'm hoping maybe having done some of that will make a difference. But we'll just have to fucking see. Oh, it's too much. Hell yeah. Okay, so we can't go more than like 1 1/4, which makes sense, I guess.
I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
I must decline. The price offered is
Too much. I'm shocked. You're poor.
Get out of here, brokey.
Yes!
Now you're not a brokey. I like you.
You're exactly the person we were looking for. How do you like your floor-to-floor floors?
There's a basement, you know.
Look, see, dorm?
Do all kinds of crazy shit down there.
Go look in there. It sucks. Never go down into the basement. If you're in the basement, hey, are you listening to me when I'm talking to you? I'm trying to see a house here.
Would you ever have a sex room in your house?
Maybe.
Because that's always
like
one of
a sex dungeon?
Yeah. Because like that's like, I will never judge anybody for being like hardcore and like BDSM or other like hardcore sexual acts. You like what you like, and as long as your partner is consenting and you're both doing it smart and safe, fucking go nuts, man. But, and it's not even necessarily an issue with people who, like, yeah, in my basement, I have like a dedicated sex dungeon with all my sex toys and like my contraptions for sex. I'm like, I don't necessarily have a problem that you have that. I just feel like if I were to have a sex dungeon, it would need to be like an off-site location.
I'm too embarrassed of the thought of sex to even consider having that in the same town I live in.
Well, it's just like, I don't know, but just like, how do you have guests over anymore?
You don't let people into your sex dungeon!
Well, yeah, but like, even if you don't let them in, they might just accidentally wander in while looking for the bathroom. And then you have somebody who just knows you have a sex dungeon in your house. Maybe you lock
your fucking door. Not that you would know anything about locking things up, bro.
Oh, this fucking guy. Just because I don't lock the door when I go take a piss.
Hell yeah, it's for sale again, and it's cheap again. We're gonna be fucking loaded, bro.
But no, like, I don't know, what about you? Would you ever just have a sex dungeon room in your house?
Maybe. The only way I'd ever even consider something like that is if I'm like, man, my house is so big, and I have a room that I have nothing to put in. Not because I don't like having sex, don't get me wrong, it's fucking great. And not because I have an issue with, like, adding other things in, that's fine. But, like, a whole room of your house? That's an awful lot of dedication.
But see, you would need to have sex pretty regularly. And you would need to have that kind of sex pretty regularly. Like, if you're just like, yeah, you know, every 2 months or so, I'll have, like, a bondage thing. But otherwise, it's just, you know, we're like, hey, you want to fuck real quick? And then you fuck real quick. And then you take a nap. Like, no, you would need, like, at least 70% of your sexual encounters
need to be all about this sex dungeon.
Right.
For sure. Well, and when you set up the sex dungeon, you can't ever have a quickie again.
No.
It's like, oh man, you know.
It's like, why are we here?
I'm not in the mood for a multi-hour marathon. And she's like, yeah, but have you considered all that money we spent on the sex dungeon?
Get in there and whip me.
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
I see the person you fantasize most as a power bottom.
Specifically in the context of my sex dungeon.
But so yeah, the power ends once they get into the sex dungeon, and then they're just a bottom again.
I want to buy more houses, but I don't want to buy these because they suck.
Yeah, we're not
and we can't afford those.
Just go sleep.
Nah, we'll just outfit these two real quick and see if we can unload them before the end of the day.
Oh, I'm sure we can. I thought you already had. I've not been paying any attention. We've been talking about a sex dungeon.
No, that's understandable. If someone was talking to me about a sex dungeon, I wouldn't be paying attention to the game that they're playing. That's not being facetious, for the record. That's an inaccurate statement.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, hey, a sex dungeon is a pretty, like, captivating
all-encompassing topic.
Yeah. What would you have in your sex dungeon, bro?
Attractive people to have sex with.
Bro, I don't think I could ever go home without that. Without my fucking... I don't think I could ever have that. I don't think I have a sex dungeon without that.
For sure. Well, yeah, if you have a sex dungeon with no attractive people to have sex with, what do you even have? Just a dungeon.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really weird dungeon.
It's like, oh god, you're gonna torture me? It's like, that's right. Just like, put this ball gag in your mouth for no particular reason.
If I hear you, it kind of ruins it for me.
Just imagining that there's somebody else. It's like, as you're doing just actual regular day-to-day torture as you do. It's like, man, really wish I just had someone smoking hot to do this to instead. Pours water over the person. Oh wait, that's wrong. Here we go.
Would you ever let someone waterboard you?
No.
Yeah, good answer.
No, even people who are like, yeah, we tried it out and everything was totally cool because like there was obviously no risk because we were doing it with trusted people. They're still like, man, that's like the worst thing ever. That's like being drowned. And it's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I saw someone posting on social media about that when they were in high school. They were doing a group project or whatever, and 4 guys said, like, they wanted to do theirs on, like, CIA torture methods and, like, you know, everything we were doing.
Stupid idea. It doesn't surprise me that high school guys would have come up with that.
Yeah, and so they all tried waterboarding each other, and they all agreed. It's like, yeah, that was the fucking worst. I don't know why we did that. I don't know why the other 3 did it after the first guy did.
That's what I was going to say. Is the stupid guy who did it the first time, he's the only one with an excuse.
The other 3 did it to the fucking first guy. Maybe there was like the agreement. They were like, all right, whoever goes first, the rest of us have to go.
It's like, yeah, you can't pussy out after I have to suffer through this. I waterboard you regardless of what you want.
I'm sorry, but this price is...
Yeah, you have an option. You have a choice for this to be consensual or non-consensual waterboarding. But either way, it will happen.
Man, speaking of social media... did you see the Elmo hack from the other day?
Yeah, I sure did.
That shit was hilarious. Obviously, it was horrible. There were some really horrible things tweeted out as Elmo. Yeah. But also, that shit was so funny. And it was even funnier because afterwards, because I tweeted all kinds of horrible stuff. Racist stuff, homophobic stuff, like anti-Semitic stuff. Terrible, terrible things. But they also said some shit about, like, fucking Donald Trump or Elon Musk, I forget.
Yeah.
And... in the Elmo apology, that when they got the account back, they're like, sorry for the racism, homophobia, and the anti-Semitism.
Nothing about Donald Trump or Elon Musk in there. They're like, look, we didn't want to say it, but now that we don't have to apologize for it.
God, I wish I'd asked for more!
I know. Well, maybe we'll make up the difference
next time
on the shelf gaming.
Man, you think we get Elmo on?
I don't think Elmo's allowed to be on our show.